Most significant feature that YONEX has brought to this racket is a sort of lag and a sense of insecurity. Hello friends, and welcome to Pawan Puri's Pit Stop and to another exciting video on badminton. And on the number of requests I was getting from all of you, I finally managed to get my hands on to the YONEX Nanoflare lite 33i. So as always, the first section of the video will be the unboxing and the manufacturer specs. And the second section, we will talk about detailed review of the racket. So without wasting time, let us get on to the video and let's start with the unboxing. And if there's anything you like about the video, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe and the bell icon. Well, that was the unboxing, and here we have the bag with us, and it has 2 to 3 millimeters of cushioning on both the sides. This is a waterproof bag, and it is durable enough to protect the racket from minor damages. So finally we have the racket with us, and let me show this to you. However, I'll show it to you in the video ahead to have a closer look. So let's move ahead in the video and see what the manufacturer has to say about the racket. So it says Nanoflare lite 33iS, developed by YONEX Japan, full graphite racket, 10 millimeter longer, made in Taiwan. Flexibility is medium flex. Here you can see it is like it's 1 point lesser than the full flex, high flex, which means it is medium flex, but we'll find it out. Here it says 5U G4, that is the weight category, and G4 is the grip, and string tension is 20 to 30 lbs. And these are the registration numbers that you can see, and this is where you can scratch to see and check the authenticity of the racket. And on the frame it says isometric, and then it says 30 lbs. Nothing has been mentioned if the racket is head heavy balance or head light or evenly balanced, but that is something we will find out. Well, if we talk about the string tension, this is not more than 22, 23, and this is something similar across all the medium range rackets from YONEX. So that's about the manufacturer specs, and let us see how the racket looks in the video ahead. It is now time to get into the in-depth and a detailed review of this racket. And if there's anything you like about the video, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe and the bell icon. So talking about the popularity of the racket is directly going to compete with some of its own brand rackets like the Nanoflare 18i Lite, the AIRCHY 6971, 1059, and some super light G-Force category rackets from Li-ning. But is it worth the popularity and the buy is something we are going to find out in the video ahead. And without wasting time, let us get on to the key features and the specifications. Well, if we talk about the frame and the shaft, they are made of high modulus graphite of Japan. And if we talk about the flexibility, YONEX say it is a mid-flex racket, as you can see here. But I feel it's like mid-flex to mild stiff, not stiff or mid-stiff, but somewhere between mid-stiff and mid-flex, which I feel is just about perfect for a racket with these specifications. Well, if we talk about the weight of the racket, it is 78 grams and belongs to the 5U G4 category, where 5U is 75 to 79.9 grams without the strings and the basic grip provided by YONEX. And the length of the racket is 670 millimeters plus minus 2 millimeters, which is comparatively smaller than most of the rackets, because mostly the rackets are around 675 millimeters plus minus 2 or 3 millimeters. But this is something we'll find out in the video ahead, if the reduced length is a benefit or a drawback. Well, if we talk about the string tension of the racket, it starts from 20 lbs to 30 lbs, where 30 lbs being the maximum string tension, which means you can try a number of variety of strings onto this racket. And if you talk about the balance point of the racket, which is one of the most exciting features of this racket, it is 305 millimeters towards the head, which means the racket is a head heavy balance. Well, if we talk about the make of the racket, it is made in Taiwan, and the price point of the racket, it starts from 1,900 rupees onwards, online and in the open market. And as always, I'll share the latest links in the description section below. Well, if we talk about the frame and the shaft, frame is an aerobox frame, isometric frame, 30 lbs of string tension. This is something like this is common around all the intermediate level rackets in this range. So to begin with, the most significant feature that YONEX has brought to this racket is definitely the slim shaft, and the shaft is at around 7.1 millimeters, and this seems to be a benchmark from YONEX for their slim shaft rackets, which is around 7.1 millimeters. And if we swing the racket, we definitely feel that there's a lot of reliability, stability, durability, and you feel a lot of confidence while swinging it around. And on the other hand, when you swing, you can definitely feel that weight on the head, which actually makes this racket a truly head heavy racket. And talking about confidence in this racket, see, it has a slimmer shaft at 7.1. So on paper you might feel that it's very slim, but being a mid flex and a mid stiff shaft, you do not lose confidence, because if you have a high flex or a flexible shaft, and when you swing it around, definitely feel sort of lag and a sense of insecurity. But the entire package has so nicely been balanced. Well, if we talk about the weight of the racket, it is 84 grams as you see now, and we're considering without an additional grip and these strings, and adding on the thinnest grip, which will be around 5 or 6 grams, the racket should be around 89 grams, which I feel for a category of 5U racket is just about right. So if we talk about the performance, which is one of the most integral parts of a racket, see, around the net, the game is very accurate. We know that it's a lighter racket, and we have a mid flex and mid stiff shaft, which actually adds on to the accuracy to your tosses, and even the defense areas, if we say that around the center port, that is also very accurate and very impressive. Now, before I talk about the third line, here's something I would like to add. See, the racket is 5 millimeters shorter. Definitely 5 millimeters is something like taking out a bucket full of water from a pond or a sea. So that is not a big number if we consider the entire length. But I feel when precision is required and you're on court, at times those 5 millimeters can matter. But also to note that they've actually compensated the same towards the head balance point, which is around 305 millimeters. So they've actually increased the balance, so which actually adds on to your strokes or smashes, and specifically those third line clears. Well, normally I do not advise 5U racket for a singles game, but because of the shaft, the mid flex, mid stiff shaft, and doesn't look slim at all, though it is 7.1 millimeters. But when I was actually hitting those smashes, I was testing, I could feel that it was actually generating more power, and that could be because it is, I told you that it is 5 millimeters smaller. So because of that, you get definitely not a huge, but there is a marginal increase in the swing speed, and you get more power, and your response time is very quick, and the movement in the air becomes pretty fast. Well, if you talk about the sort of players who should opt for this racket, then for the doubles, I would say a thumbs up. If you are a singles player, then you need to use the quality and churn out the goods out of the racket with the right effort, and I am telling you, you'll enjoy this racket even as a singles player. And if we talk about the third line clears, it does its job. See, it's a lighter racket, so high repulsion strings like the 66, 80 or 99 can be used, and the other strings that can be tested or tried onto this racket are the 65 titanium, 68, 95. So finally I got my hands onto this racket, and this is how the final graph looks, where power is 8.0, performance is 8.2, third line clear is 8.0, control is 8.4, and durability is 8.1. And not to forget that very soon I'll be coming up with a video where I'll be comparing this racket to one of your favorite rackets. So friends, that was my experience with this racket, and I'm sure that you have your own experiences, and if you own this racket, do share in your experiences in the comment section. And until then, stay safe, stay healthy, watch healthy videos, stay away from corona, mask up yourself, vaccinate if you can. Until then, have a great day.